to own it. Just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here. Oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you.
Thank you for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us.
So tell us what you guys do.
Well, my name is Kay, and this is my wife, Maryana, and we have a nonprofit called Welcome to Wellness. I am the head administrator and research, and she is the president. So she's my boss at home and my boss at work.
The way it should be.
That's how it should be.
I knew that was coming.
But what I love about you guys is you guys have a lot of experience in like what you're doing. So tell our viewers about your background.
Okay, well, I'm a biochemist. Right now I do food science. I've been in chemistry actively for the past 8 years. Did some time with the FDA and little blood chemistry. Now I'm back at food, which is my love.
And I'm a registered nurse. And I help out also to educate our people that we're trying to educate in regards of food, how to eat, how to live your life, basically all holistic welcome to wellness.
So what are we doing wrong for the most part? And there's so many things, right? Where do you start? What's the biggest things we're doing wrong?
Well, we like to focus on what you're doing right and how you can do that better. Most of the time, 99.99999% of the time, many people are dehydrated. So it's just about getting a bit more water in your life and a bit more support. And we like to make things like wellness a part of your life, not just with eating, but also with your activities and what you're doing in life.
But what are some of the things that you're finding? Okay, so dehydration, people are not drinking enough water.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
As a personal trainer, I see that a lot too. It's amazing how you get that one little change could be a big difference.
Huge difference.
So moving. Are people not moving enough? Is that another thing that you see a lot?
Absolutely. Most of the time, workout is key because it helps with digestion with food. Many of us will eat and go into what some people consider the itis, eat and go directly to sleep. We consider
awesome.
that
it's an awesome feeling at the moment.
Exactly. But no, that's one of our initiatives is staying active. And also having things like fruit for breakfast. So we have several initiatives.
We're not getting enough fruits.
Not enough at all.
That's me. I get a lot of vegetables. I do not get enough fruits. Okay, so how do we do that?
Okay, well, so we hope that you will join this initiative.
Yes, I need to.
Okay, so one of our initiatives is fruit for breakfast. So we support and encourage you eating fruit for breakfast. By doing that, it sort of ferments your stomach. So if you eat fruit for breakfast, whatever you eat throughout the day after that, it helps break down and digest those things.
Okay.
So right now we have a contest. The first place winner wins $125, and we have a second, third, and fourth place winner.
So what do? We just picture our fruit and then put it on social media?
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Well, am I getting on late? Are we in time? What are we doing?
Well, we're actually in round 2. Mm-hmm. So we have already had round 1 and announced the winners. So it's 7 days. You post your fruit.
I love
and
that.
The winner is judged off creativeness and whatever else her and the other judges decide.
Yeah, and not just creativeness. Also, some people will do like smoothies. That's also is a plus. Because you're getting that fluid, right? You're getting the water, you're getting the nutrition and the hydration.
How we're consuming it also matters.
Absolutely.
Not just that we're consuming
Absolutely.
it. So it actually is better to drink it than...
To actually blend it is probably so much better. First of all, you're full and you feel sustained and you're getting the correct sugars. Okay, so you're not having like a Danish in the morning instead, and you're not getting, and it's very good for you, diabetic or not.
So you're adding your fruits together, and you make a superfruit. So if you blend strawberries, bananas, apples, oranges into one smoothie, you have your vitamin C, D,
I have heard. So yeah, I mean, and I grew up. My dad used to make me carrot juice, and which he put apples and good stuff in it. So I have heard that, but then I've also heard that sometimes when we do that, we're losing some of the nutrients because, like, we don't need 5 bananas, and you don't need that. We're losing it because we're making it in liquid form. I don't know. If
Myth.
How is that? No.
That's a myth.
That's what
Yeah.
that's why I have you guys here.
Yeah.
I'm going to trust the biochemist.
There are a lot of myths when it comes to that, but in many instances, there are some fruits that have acids. They may cancel out other things, but that's usually vegetables that it may cancel out versus other fruits.
Okay, that's good to know.
So many of the fruits that you have in your supermarkets, they're safe to blend together. They're not going to cancel each other.
And you can add coconut milk. You can add almond milk. We don't use cow milk, because
is that a big thing?
We're not meant to drink milk.
And I've heard that, and my mom has always said this, that we're not meant to drink.
We can talk a long time. There's a lot to talk about.
I've heard this. This is very
We definitely
fascinating.
can't. Yeah. So milk is made for cows.
Yeah, it's made to get them this big. It's not made
Exactly.
I've heard this.
No matter if you get organic or not, there's hormone to make this cow from whatever pound that it's born with to like 500-600 pounds.
That, no.
And that's not extra hormone that you need to begin with. And you'll notice certain parts of the world, certain people look different in regards of their hormones.
And that's a lot because of the milk.
Because of the milk, because of the hormones.
Where's your camera? Which way?
You have 3.
Yeah, don't come after me, Colorado Dairy and Milk Board.
Oh, there you go. He's worried.
That's right.
But when it comes to milk, we do not build an enzyme to digest milk after the age of 5.
Okay, in general.
Yeah, so milk is, as Maryana was stating, it's for a child to get your nutrients. But after age 5, you do not build an enzyme to break milk down. Okay. So essentially, milk sort of curdles in your stomach.
So almond milk's good.
Almond milk, coconut milk, oat milk.
What about soy milk?
Yeah, soy milk is fine.
So, and a lot of guys think they're going to get like grow boobs if they drink soy. Can you tell us the myths on that? Oh my God, I have you guys here for hours.
You actually will end up probably growing boobs by some of the foods you eat before the milk.
Before the almond.
But that also, with men, the boob growing is due to lack of exercise and not building up I don't want to get too sciencey on everyone, but it's important to work out for men so you produce more testosterone so you don't produce more estrogen.
But if you do have a lot of soy products, are you producing too much estrogen? Because that's what a lot of men think.
Well, it depends on how many soy products you have. We're all a bit different. But
because I've heard that was a myth.
It's not just soy alone. It's usually, once again, dehydration and lack of exercise.
So having some soy every day is okay?
Yeah.
You're not going to have a lot of estrogen if you're a man?
No, I do drink some soy, and so far, no boobs for me.
Thank goodness.
Okay, so what do you guys do? You're all about wellness. When do we come to see you?
So we do have the initiatives like the Fruit for Breakfast. We're going to start exercising also. Like we're going to do squats as a challenge. These are all things we do, part of our Welcome to Wellness page on Facebook. We also, with what we do, and we do Clean Fresno. We also volunteer for pantries, the food pantries, and we also donate a lot to the city colleges and Fresno State Pantry. And we have also a catering company that helps, we can...
It unfolds like a rose.
It's all the whole thing together.
The first layer is self-wellness, and that's the Fruit for Breakfast initiative.
Yeah.
That's simply posting your fruit on Welcome to Wellness. That's also the consultation that we do, so you can reach out to us, and we
love that.
We have a host of experts, doctors, nurses, nutritionalists, biologists, chemists, nurses, and that's the first part of the rose. Then the second part, as Maryana mentioned, is wellness for our community.
Yes.
So we do a lot. We work with all types of entities in regards to community development and improvement. Twice a year we work with Beautify Fresno to clean up areas around Fresno, and our main initiative right now with community is we're donating to all of the community colleges within the greater Fresno area. So as of right now, We have an appointment with Fresno State tomorrow. We donate to their pantry, and the pantry, for those who don't know, they offer free food to the students.
Okay.
So every college has a pantry.
So you're going to try to make it
as healthy as possible. So we don't donate sodas. We don't. And so we're trying to also promote health, and also be able to have these students have something to eat as well.
And good foods as well.
And good food, you know.
Well, what about our public school system? Because that's pretty, you know, that's a mess.
Well, that will be one of our next initiatives we're working on. It's not as easy to get into the public schools as it is the colleges. So we are looking for groups to work with in order to do that, because we would love to sort of crack that shell, if you will.
It's kind of weird that we give our kids the worst foods and we're sort of promoting the best stuff.
Well, I have to admit, my daughter went to an amazing school district that really focused on healthy food.
That's great.
So they're out there and they're getting better.
We usually promote the family to do that.
Well, that's where it starts. Yeah,
that's exactly where it starts at, and that's one of the reasons we donate to the colleges, because it's very difficult to study when you're hungry.
And working.
Hangry. I'm kind of hangry.
Yeah, and you got to work good habits and learn good habits.
Oh, they call
that's
the
where it
freshman 15.
starts. Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah.
There you go.
That's exactly.
There you go. I'll be stealing that too.
So where'd you guys, when you guys started this initiative and this nonprofit, what sparked all that?
Essentially, us being health professionals, a lot of our family, we have a very huge family. They would just ask us for nutrition tips, what they can do to improve their life. I'm Indigenous American, and we grew up eating only sun-grown foods. So I grew up, I wasn't sick growing up. I've been pretty much healthy for the entirety of my life. So a lot of people came to me and say, hey, how do you do that? Or what should I do? Or what should I take out my diet? Or what should I add to my diet? And about 4 years ago now, it's been 4 years, we said, hey, we need to make this something as to where everyone can be a part of it and benefit from it. And that's the key to wellness, is keeping ourselves well and those around us well and everything within us well. And so we said, hey, welcome to wellness. And that's when it started.
And it's baby steps. So don't think you could just automatically go cold turkey, or you won't be able to do it. That's why these fad diets,
I tell people that all the time.
They don't
with
work.
That come to me, and I'm just like, no,
They do not work. So you do need to cut a little bit at a time. If you could just say cut soda, and just leave it as that, and so on, and go on with that.
Or even one of our main drives is Meatless Monday.
Yeah, or
some people, we tell them, hey,
Wednesday, salads.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we have all these things on our Facebook, and we have a lot of great recipes. We support and help each other out. So it's a really good group too.
What do you think about coffee? Because some people say coffee is really great natural stimulant. Some people are like, oh no, that's part of the caffeine that we need to cut out.
You know, with coffee, it really depends. Once again, the key is hydration. Caffeine is a very addicting additive.
Right.
It is. But so are about 104 additives I can name in everyday foods that we eat.
Yes.
I can only imagine.
Okay, even when it comes down to what's in the oils.
So can you imagine our grocery shopping? They're reading.
So with coffee, I usually suggest just remaining hydrated, because it does dehydrate you. And, you know,
it is a diuretic.
Yeah, everything in moderation.
How do we help you guys, everybody watching? If we're like, we want to jump on this and we want to help people, like, if we can. I mean, we have some of the doctors, but we want to jump on and help the nonprofit. How do we do that?
Well, we have a website, www.welcometowellness, and that's the number 2.life. We also have a Facebook page.
Okay. So we should all join the Facebook page.
Please, all join the Facebook page.
Okay.
We are really active in regards to keeping everyone abreast of the programs, the events, and the initiatives.
And what about Instagram?
We do Instagram as well.
Okay, so we kind of tag, and then we can put, like you said, when we do the challenges, we could tag it. And
Absolutely.
And is that kind of the goal? The more people that you get on, you want us to share the knowledge. What would you like us to
That's
do?
the whole purpose, is sharing the knowledge.
Just share the
Because
knowledge,
if
yes.
you're healthy and I'm healthy, we're going to grow to be healthy as a society in general.
Correct.
And the future for our kids. That's the whole purpose of this.
And we're a 501c3, so we are, of course, looking for grant opportunities. But we really appreciate the grassroots level of people just actually donating their time.
Okay, so when you are doing some of these events that you just said, we can kind of jump on board. You said you do Beautify Fresno twice a year or so.
Correct.
You need the volunteers to come.
Correct, yeah.
Correct. Yes.
And with the pantry, you need the volunteers to bring food.
We pack food.
Yes.
So
what would you like us to do?
In many instances, just showing up to help us offload the food, showing up there for moral support as well. The students love to see that, and that really helps because it shows that there's people out there that care.
What about, so I know a lot of local restaurants. I've had a lot of the owners here. What about them? Do you want them to donate some food? And then how does that work? 'Cause a lot of things are...
We've done a few Welcome to Wellness catering that we just opened it for the public for free food, basically, to introduce plant-based food, healthier options, and we've done that.
I don't know how healthy these restaurants.
Yeah, and you'd be surprised.
You know what? We can make it healthy.
Okay, so we'll
Yes.
find that.
We could definitely make it healthy.
But in general, I mean, we've done things like that where we introduce a little bit or take a little bit out of things, and it does become healthy. You'd be surprised.
So restaurants can help they could donate. We'll take their donations. As I said, we can make it healthy. So even if someone says, hey, you know what? I just can't get rid of the chicken. I just love it. I'm going to keep eating it no matter what it is. Okay, no problem. But let's add something on to that chicken. Let's add a salad on if you haven't had that traditionally or customarily.
What do you think of all these diets that are just all meat and everything? This really breaks my heart, and I don't know how to tell people you're killing yourself.
It's the worst thing for your kidney. Yeah.
Yeah,
and especially they don't hydrate enough for them to flush it out of their kidney.
Right.
And if you already have a predisposition of a kidney issue, you're going to make it worse.
But they see the results, they see the weight loss, so they want to keep it on.
Again,
so how do we tell them to know?
Well, that's why
they reach out to us.
Everything's quick. Everybody wants to do everything
that's why they
quick.
reach out to us, and
quick.
that's why we have the consulting, because we're not robots. Everyone acts and responds differently.
Correct.
So that's why it's imperative that we have somewhat of communication. We speak, find out what will work for you practically. Many diets, they're not practical.
Right.
Some people, there's some things that some people are just not going to give up or they really love. And in many instances, it's not about not eating something, it's about adding something on. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's even adding on maybe some type of regimen. Like, hey, well, let's start walking every day. Well, let's start doing this every day. And that's the thing with Welcome to Wellness, is we do it together, and the support that you get in the journey, and that helps.
Right.
You know, honestly, it's not about the hour figure, this and that. It's being healthy, living and being who you are in your best, at your best, basically.
Right.
So actually, even exercising, people that exercise every day, even if they're heavier, they live longer. So exercising is very, very big, and it doesn't have to be a huge regimen of a half an hour, just a walk around the neighborhood.
Yeah, whatever works.
After you eat, just take a walk. You know, as simple as that. So you have to start slow. You have to start slow, and it becomes a habit, and that's when you know you're living your best. When it becomes a habit, it's no longer a fad, because after you lose it, you gain it. How many times have you done a diet? Or after you think you're doing good, after a while you kind of forget about it. A habit is created in 28 days.
Right.
You create that 28 days. If you continue, the habit continues. If you break it, you go back to exactly where you're at. And most people don't last 28 days just eating meat or just eating, or hardly eating anything. You just can't. You can't sustain that.
Well, I love that you guys are not that restrictive. I think that's really great because that's my problem too with all the diets. And people ask me what diet works, and I'm always getting like, oh boy.
Diet that keeps you healthy.
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 It's huge.
Many of the reasons that lead to depression are due to diet. Number one reason, because we utilize, once again, don't want to get too sciencey on everyone, but many of the neurotransmitters that are necessary to keep us happy, we end up utilizing breaking down foods.
And that's big. I think that's something that everybody forgets. The pill, it's not the fix-all. It's about restructuring our eating.
Absolutely. And lifestyle.
How good are you guys about answering questions then within the group? If everyone's going to follow you guys, and then are you good about DMs? How does that work?
They can either reach us on our website. On the website, there's a page for all types of questions or concerns. You can also, please feel free to message us on our Facebook page. We have a host of administrators that are eager to ask questions and
to answer
questions.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for coming on today.
One little thing I don't know if we mentioned about our catering. We do catering for the public as well. I don't know if I mentioned it or not.
Okay, so
and the proceeds go back to the community.
Okay, so and what's an example of a catering that we can hire you for?
We just finished catering for a nonprofit, 250 people.
We
could do for 50.
Yeah, we've catered for several people so far.
So basically a nonprofit's the best.
No, in general, we have done it for the Masonic Lodge. We've done it for private parties. We've done it for churches. We've done it for
we can do it for anything. Weddings, whatever.
So you guys charge a basic catering rate that most people
It's the most reasonable, trust
And
me,
then we,
compared
from
to
that goes back into the community. I love that.
Exactly.
Well, that's
So,
great. And people are always asking me for caterers. What kind of food mainly? I know it's healthy, but is there...
Customized.
So we can
Exactly.
have like Chinese food? That's
Whatever you want.
Oh, you really... That's
The last one that we just literally did was Mediterranean.
Right.
So we've done Mediterranean.
Mediterranean
we've done,
seems to be the most popular.
Yeah, anti-pasta sandwiches. We've done that. We've done Mexican. We have on the website, you'll see some pictures.
I love that.
Yeah.
No, that's great. People ask me all the time. So yes, you guys have to get the catering in, and then might as well give back.
And then it literally goes back.
I love
So that's how we're able to have
It's like a cycle.
all this, to be able to help the public. And,
So even cater a wedding.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
Quinceañeras, wedding. Yeah, we've done it
prior
all.
to my journey in chemistry, I was a wedding planner. I executed over 240 weddings successfully.
Wow! Oh my God! You guys
So
are
yes,
full
we
of
can cater your
surprises.
wedding
You guys
as well.
are my favorite couple right now. You're so fun.
Yes.
Power couple.
Well, I swear. Well, thank you so much for coming on my show today. I'm going to have
Thank
you
you for
guys
having
back.
us.
You guys are so much fun.
Oh, well, thank you
Thank
so
you for
very
having us.
kindly for having us.
Thank you.
Means volumes.
I love how green you just made my studio. Thank you for coming today. I mean, I feel like this is what I needed all along.
Yes. Add a little touch of life and color.
Right? It's like I'm like in the secret garden. Well, thank you for coloring my studio. So tell our viewers who you are and what you do.
Well, I'm Kileen. This is my husband, Shane, and we own a succulent nursery in Clovis. We're on DeWolf, and we do the business out of our home. The boutique and the nursery is right behind the house, and the wood shop is right next to that. We make all of our vertical frames, and then we also make all of our cement flower pots. And I brought some little ones today to show. People come in, they'll stop by the boutique, and they'll do a potting bar and plant their own arrangement. But we have really big flower pots too that Shane makes, where you can put a tree in them. So,
oh wow!
Yeah, we didn't bring any of those today.
No, you guys brought awesome stuff. But how long have you guys been doing this?
About 10 years.
Really? So,
yes.
But all of it, the succulents and the wood, or did one come first? And
all of it. That's kind of how we started.
Well, the wood shop has been a passion of mine for many years. It goes all the way back to high school.
Okay, so
always
been woodworking.
I would tell you how long, but then you know how old I am. But no, the wood shop has been the first thing, and then we just started the business so that we could have create more time for us.
I don't know that that's reality, but
that was a dream, but that didn't happen. I already know how that goes.
We do spend a lot of time together, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So when did you get involved in succulents? How do you find out about it? Like, I like this.
So Shane liked succulents, and
Okay.
he was trying to get me interested in them. And I was like, they're all the same. They're boring. I like roses. I like hydrangeas. What are you talking about?
That's funny.
And he's like, no, trust me. And so then he took me someplace that had all different varieties of succulents. And I was like, okay, they are pretty. They're colorful. So it's actually all his fault. He got me into it. So, yeah,
She was perfect for it.
We just kind of started alongside his landscape business is really how we started. And then we had other vendors say, you know, the home show is probably not your best audience. There's art and wine festivals and different things. And so then I started booking other types of events, and we traveled a lot. And then we mainly just did events. Like, we were on the road every weekend. Before COVID shut everything down, we did 45 shows.
Oh my goodness.
And we were just crazy. But
Yeah,
we
so much for not working.
Yeah, exactly. But we didn't
It's
have
fun,
the
though.
boutique, though, and because we were gone all the time. And then when COVID shut everything down,
Then you decided to have it at your home.
then we thought, well, we're home. We may as well be
smart.
open.
Okay.
So then we started being open 9 to 5, and then we started shipping. We have an Etsy store. So all of the vertical arrangements, we ship those nationwide. So
And this is just, it's so detailed, all the stuff that
it's about
you
8
can do.
pounds. So.
Oh my goodness, it's like a baby.
Yeah,
But-
so that's our large letter.
Okay, so I know this is gonna sound weird, and I'm throwing my mom under the bus here, but I think she like killed us. We don't. How do you take care of these succulents? And I know it's like pretty hard to kill them, but I think we did.
They're low maintenance, but they have to have sunlight. Some people try and put them inside, like, you know, without a window or across
Right.
the room from a window, and they're not going to be happy. They really need 4 to 5 hours of bright natural sunlight every day. But because we live in the Central Valley, our sun is really hot and harsh and can burn them. So you have to be strategic and put them in a spot that gets morning sun, afternoon shade, and then they'll be happy.
Wow. Okay, and then so what? How do we water them, if at all, ever?
Yes,
How does that work?
They do need water. Some people think they
so
don't.
that's where I think we killed it.
Yes, so either people don't water enough or they overwater.
I think that's what happened.
But you want to water thoroughly. The vertical arrangements like that, I lay it flat and I go over the whole thing with the sprinkle setting on the hose.
How often?
About once a week in the summer.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, in the winter it's about once a month. So it's a dramatic
It'll go
difference.
from once a month to once a week, and in between, depending on the weather.
Yeah.
Do you ever give them anything besides water? Are they supposed to have any like type of vitamins or like?
They really just
They
get their
really thrive
nutrients.
with good sun and,
Yeah,
and
they
water.
get their nutrients from the sun. So we don't fertilize unless we're. The only thing we fertilize is when we're doing propagation and we, you know, plant like other
They're
plants
trying to, okay.
and trying to establish roots. We fertilize at that point, but
Yeah.
other than that, we don't. So yeah.
So how are they even like created in the first place? How do you like when you fertilize and get them?
So new plants, like some of the bigger succulents,
Okay.
they'll put off babies. I don't really see any right now, but they'll put off
They have, like, a
babies to
little-
the side.
Okay.
And it's a new little plant, and you wait till it gets, you know, a little bit bigger, and then you can just snip it off and put it in the dirt, and it will put out roots, and it will root. But it's not a quick process. It takes probably
Six months.
Yeah, I was going to say like 4 to
Wow.
6 months. So it's a slow process.
Do you educate people on stuff like that too? Because I know you're kind of a one-stop shop. So
yes, we do.
I'm sure people come to you with all kinds of questions about it.
They do, and sometimes it's hard if we don't have the plant in front of us. You know, they're describing what's happening. Most people that have them inside and are struggling, it's lack of sunlight. Or if all of their leaves fall off, it's being wet too long and the plant will rot. So those are two pretty common things that people, talk about. But I just tell them, I try and encourage people, and it's like, it's not you. They are low maintenance and you can do it. You just have to find the right spot. Part of it's, a little tricky because of where we live with our hot weather. So
once you establish a place where they get the right sun, then all you got to really worry about is your watering.
Yeah.
And it's better to err on less water than too much water.
On a little neglect.
That's what I've always heard. So that's what it's kind of like. So when you are creating new ones that take like 6 months, how often do you water that?
You don't. You wait until they root.
Yeah. So it takes a few weeks for them to put out little roots, and they're very fine, like hairs is what it looks like.
Oh my goodness.
And so you don't want to water before then because that's how they uptake the water into the plant.
Wow.
So if you water before those little roots come out, then it'll rot the plant.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is really cool.
So
this is
a lot of
letter
info.
A. I'm assuming you made this.
Yes, I planted it. Shane made the letter, but yeah.
So how much does something like this go for?
We have a DIY kit if you want to do it yourself, and that includes 35 succulents, the frame and the moss, and planting instructions, and that's $199.
Is that what we do at your place? Because you said you have at the bar.
Yes.
We can come and do it at the bar.
Yes.
So people can come out, and then they can pick whatever frame or whatever cement pot and pick their succulents and then build their own. And we go over succulent care, and then we show you how to plant, and then we help people if they need help.
So, well, like if I'm trying to do it and it's not coming out this pretty, you'll...
Yes.
We can help you.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if I can make anything this pretty.
The planted price is $229, so it's about $120 just in succulents, and then the frame, and then the moss. And then the large letters, those take about an hour to plant.
The really, really nice thing about the whole thing is there's no right or wrong. It's art. It's what you see with how you feel, and it always works out.
Yes.
It really
That's what
does.
I tell people. For me, planting, there's definitely a right or wrong, though.
Right? I mean, yeah. Okay, so I see there's little pretty flowers here. So this isn't all the time, though. We don't always have a pink and a little. So is this because it's springtime? Like, why am I seeing these buds now?
Most of them bloom. They'll all bloom. And I would say most of them bloom between February and May. Some bloom at other times, but most of varieties bloom between February and May.
They're coming close to the end of their blooming cycle.
They'll put out these little stems with little flowers, and then once it's done blooming, this stem will start to shrivel, and it just doesn't look that great. Like this one up here. See, these are dead.
Right.
And so it just, starts to look a
And
little
then are we
straggly.
supposed to cut these off
Yeah,
when we die?
I just pinch it back at the base, and then next year it'll bloom again.
How do we know if we've killed it then?
Well, you're not going to kill the bloom. Like that.
How are we going to know if we've killed this? As they just start to really shrivel?
The actual plant?
Yeah, the actual plant.
If it rots, all the leaves fall off.
Okay.
They start falling off.
Yeah.
If you overwater, the leaves will start to fall off.
But that's really about the only thing that, happens to them. So
If they get too much sun, you'll know they'll get burn spots, or you'll see the leaves starting to dry up, or...
And we can come and have parties at your place if we want to.
Yes.
So if somebody wanted to have like a baby shower or something, and then they kind of plant together, what's the protocol?
Yes. So we have a beautiful garden patio, which Shane just extended, and we do the private events, and you would just call the boutique and reserve a date. Mm-hmm. And then we have, if you want to do the vertical gardens, we have everybody pre-order what they want to make, and so that we can have them ready. If you want to do the potting bar experience, we just have a deposit that's paid for the workshop fee. It's just $10 per person, and then people pay for what they actually choose on the night of the event. So we have kind of two different ways that we do it.
And then we could bring food and wine, or sometimes you guys were working on expanding that, by the way.
Yes, we would love
We've
to do
had
wine
people come
tasting.
out and do potlucks, I guess you can call it.
Yeah, but you can bring your own.
That's awesome.
So
It's always a party out there.
It's a great little area. I love that. And then I'm really excited. You can tell our viewers as much as you want to tell them about that. You are looking at doing more things, where we could have some regular wine tastings.
Yes. I am working on getting a license for wine tasting, so I'm pretty excited about that because I love wine tasting.
I mean, plants and wine, this goes hand in hand.
It does. But until then, we serve a complimentary glass of wine is what we do. So, and then we, offer to do food if you want us to do it, or you can bring your own, either way. But we have a beautiful space, and even if people don't want to plant, once we do the roof on the part of the patio that we extended, we'll start renting it out as a venue and advertising that.
Nice.
So, yeah.
And then what about your wood stuff? Are you ever going to have classes on that?
No. It's too detailed.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. Now, I have taught classes with my large cement flower pot or pots. Mm-hmm. I have taught classes, let people come out and make their own.
Their pots, okay.
And that works out well. Yeah. People really like that.
Oh, that's good. So is it kind of like pottery?
In a way, yes. It's all cement, so you don't have to put it in a kiln.
Okay.
It'll set up on its own, and we'll pull the pots, we'll set them out on tables so we can get the finish that they want. And there's all kinds of different things you can do with the cement. It's pretty amazing. They come out really nice.
But people do love to create their own.
Yes.
They really like to, get in there and get their hands dirty. So, yeah.
I love, this is really cute. To me, this is just, it's kind of like Alice in Wonderland. You got some mushrooms, you got this. And so is this one of the things that you guys create when someone comes in and wants to create something?
Yeah, so this is our little bowl. And we have a pretty large, extensive fairy garden display. And so I just put one fairy in there, but we have different mushrooms, we have gnomes, dragons.
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot, we have Bigfoot.
He's popular.
He is popular.
That is funny.
Almost as popular as Groot.
And then we also make the little doors, the fairy doors, and that's one style. We have like a few other styles. So
you make it as part of the wood stuff?
No, cement.
Cement.
So this is what it's like. Okay, that's why it feels like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And the bowl, we make the little bowl too.
Yeah. I was going to ask, no way. Okay.
Yeah.
So is this cement as well?
Yes.
Okay. No, I'm getting a feel for what the difference is. Okay, I got
that. And so is this one. Like he poured that one too.
Oh my goodness, that's huge. How much does something like this go for?
That one's about $35.
Okay, that sounds about.
This one is more like $120.
Oh, I would think it'd be more than that. This is huge.
So it just depends. How many plants and how many fairy garden pieces and.
So we can do a class where you could make the bowls and put the succulents in there.
Yep.
If we wanted to.
You could.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. It would just be the cement bowls and planting it would be 2 separate days because it takes a while to set up.
It has to dry, right?
Yeah, it takes a couple weeks.
Oh my goodness. So. I absolutely love this. And the butterfly, how do you come up with these shapes? Is it by demand?
The butterfly was what she wanted.
Yes.
And she hit me on the drawing board several times. Nope, that's not it. Do this, change that. Okay.
A specific way that I wanted it. That's actually our small butterfly. We have 3 sizes. So we have a medium and we have a large. And
an extra large one.
Yeah. And the large ones, it's on our brochure. It's kind of our signature piece. But I love the butterflies.
So then if we want to have a party and have like about 30 women building it and 30 of those butterflies that size, we just tell you and you guys make it happen.
Yes.
We have a very large inventory of product. That's one of the things that we pride ourselves on is we do not run out.
We just make it.
Yes. And he does a lot of custom orders. Like this coming week, we get to participate in the Crime Stopper event.
Oh, how fun.
And so it's at a golf course. I don't remember which one. But we're making some rustic wood planters and then planting them with succulents.
The theme was Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So the boxes look like,
they're very rustic.
They're rustic wood. They've got burnt spots on them and the brown wood, the dark wood, the burnt spots. And they look really nice.
Yeah.
And there's 150 of them be out.
But we'll do things for weddings. We do wedding centerpieces and we have little pots that we do as favors. And so it has a succulent and it's trimmed with moss, and it's made of cement. So people get those for wedding favors or.
That is awesome.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, how much is that to do?
It depends on how many you buy. So like just one individually is $10, but if you buy 50 of them, it's
and then
maybe
you can
$6.
get like the monograms on them too.
I don't have a way to do monograms. We can do little tags in them. But
yeah,
I
like
don't
the
have
little. Well, you put the little fairy in there, so I imagine you could put like a little like
Yes.
the little.
We can come. We do pretty good on getting people the colors that they want in the cement.
That's impressive. That's important for a wedding.
Yeah, we do pretty good with that. I would have to say we do that real well.
How have you seen it grow? I imagine this business has grown.
It's grown
quite
a lot.
We've been chasing it for about the last 6-7 years.
10,
It's just
11.
It just keeps.
So we keep. So we didn't have the boutique in the beginning. We just traveled, and I had a little spot that we had our plants, and then we made a boutique, and then very quickly it was too small. And so then we made it bigger and made it like bigger than our house. It was like 3,000 square feet. And then Shane, he said, watch, this is going to be too small. I'm like, no, it won't be. And then sure enough, and then now we're expanding the patio. So it just kind of keeps,
The patio is really nice.
We just put in additional parking out front.
Yes,
too.
we did that.
So,
but the patio is exciting. I'm excited about that to see what the girls do with it.
Yeah,
because it's going to be fun. The margarita machine's a blast. We've done slushies for the kids with it. No, it's going to be fun.
We
And
did strawberry
as we
lemonade
grow with
last
the
weekend.
licensing, it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It'll be a place you'll enjoy coming to.
I love that. And so for now, you said you'll also travel for big events, like you're doing the Crime Talk event. What do we do to make it worth your while to come to us wherever we are?
If it's local.
Like how many people? Like what are you kind of looking for it to be worth your time?
If I'm traveling to you,
There's a lot. You brought so much. I can only imagine when you
Yes.
have 30 people making something.
Yes. So I would say like 15 people or more is what I would like if I'm traveling to you. If you're coming to me to book a private event, it's just 6 people or more.
Because you go to churches, you'll go, and then you will go to their houses, I guess, if they are having like.
We just recently did a church event.
We did.
Yeah.
Like Mountain View Church, we went there and did a women's ministry event a few years ago, and they had a large crowd. It was about 120 people. It was a lot, and we just bring trays of succulents, and everybody's pre-registered before the event, so I know how many people I'm bringing product for. And then they usually pick a price point, and I brought a couple of different options within that price point. And then everybody came through the line like a buffet and picked out their succulents, picked out their little mini birdhouse or their pot. And then
I love the birdhouse, by the way. So does that belong outside or it just belongs on the porch? Because like you said, we need sunlight and shade. How does that work?
That works great in a patio, on the porch,
filtered sun,
hanging in a tree.
Yeah.
We also have them on pedestals for your patios, your front porch,
we have a
your
larger
entryway.
size.
It's a much bigger birdhouse, but those are gorgeous.
Yeah,
those are gorgeous. We've done little events at churches that have schools for the kids. We did one Mother's Day.
At Fresno Christian, we did one for Valentine's Day.
Valentine.
And I
The
knew
kids
one
loved
of
it.
the moms. She's part of a referral group that I go to, and so it was her son's class. And so we brought in hearts.
Yep.
And they all got to pick out their succulents and planted their hearts, and that was really fun. And then we did one in the fall too with that same class, and they did succulent pumpkins, and I brought in all the supplies and did that.
That's fun. So this goes all year round, really, with all the stuff that we could do.
Yes.
The that's amazing. So you take the pumpkin and then it's like inside the pumpkin head.
It's actually glued on top, and so then it
that
doesn't
is
rot.
nice. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're really popular in the fall. They're fun. So.
Wow, that is so cool. And then since you are local, I know you have an Etsy store and you guys deliver. What if somebody wanted to like be sent for their birthday and you
We do DoorDash.
We're actually on DoorDash.
No way.
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't even know you could do. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so that's
We deliver
really
as well.
convenient. But if it's Clovis, we can deliver same day, and people will call.
So
and
people really like, I
order.
want a succulent right now.
Yeah,
That is awesome.
Or they'll come and pre-order it, and then just pick it up at the boutique. They can do that. So we're open Wednesday through Sunday from 9 to 5.
Those are good days.
But DoorDash has been pretty popular, especially for holidays like Mother's Day,
Mother's Day.
Valentine's Day. we get a lot of orders.
Well, it's better than a real plant because it doesn't die for the most part, unless you're me.
It'll outlast a bouquet of flowers all day long.
Yes, definitely.
No, yeah, this is way better, and you probably don't up the price. You know, they always up the prices, like roses are 50 times as much on Valentine's Day.
Right. No, we don't up the prices.
No.
So
It's like the same
We
way
just
around.
we just turn up the volume.
yes, definitely.
I love it. Okay, so where can we follow you and see what's going on? Are you guys good at social media? Like, so
Yes.
you'll tell us when there's kind of a special event.
Yes. So we're on Instagram under Succulent Vertical Gardens and Facebook.
Pinterest.
And, well, Pinterest, yes. I post pictures
Yeah, I
on
imagine
there.
you'd be popular on Pinterest.
So I'll put our events on Facebook, and they're also on the website. So, like, that little paper that I gave you has all of our upcoming workshop dates.
Oh, yes, our workshop. Okay.
And on the other side there. And so those are all on our website. So people can pre-register through the website, and they can either pre-order their DIY kit, or if they're doing the potting bar experience, they do the $10 workshop fee.
That's cool because you have different ones. You have just for the wall garden, the kids, the
and
fairy
we
garden.
even offer kids fairy garden birthday parties. We did.
That's a
yeah,
great
we've done some
idea.
of those.
Oh
we
my
have little
goodness.
fairy crowns, and everybody plants a fairy garden.
The little girls love it.
Yeah, those are pretty.
Well,
fun.
I love outside the box stuff.
Yeah.
And you seem like a one-stop shop. So what was it like COVID? You kept making these things. People
We
kept coming.
did.
How did you guys how did that all happen? The spreading the word and
We did a lot on social media, and we would meet people in the driveway, and like hand off.
It always feels like a drug operation.
It
You're like,
does,
okay,
yes.
here you go. I remember
was crazy.
I was training at people's houses. It felt the same
But
way.
one thing that was nice is our nursery is outside, and so that helped. Wasn't an indoor space
Right,
during
I mean, it's a
COVID,
place to-
so
Very open.
people could come and shop and have social distancing or whatever. But and then Etsy, because people didn't have a place to shop. Etsy was very, very popular that first year that we opened.
COVID was good for us.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Wow,
So-
and then you decided we're going to keep it here and
Yes.
keep it open, even though they still make you travel all the time.
Yes. So
I think people like the fact that we make a lot of our product. We make a lot, probably 80% of it, I'd say.
we do.
At least 80%.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you never run out. Even not succulents, you never run out. Well, thank you so much for coming on my show today, and thank you for bringing all of this. This is so beautiful.
You're very welcome. Thanks for having us.
I'm so excited about planning day. Okay, what are we starting off? What's this green stuff that we're starting off with?
So this is a preserved moss. It's called mountain moss or sphagnum moss, and
and it come off the rocks?
it does, and trees.
Okay.
And so it grows in Oregon and
Oregon and
Washington.
Washington.
See, there is a purpose for that.
There is, but it's been preserved so it actually stays green rather than turning brown. So,
Okay.
Yeah. So it does a few different things. It retains moisture, and then it helps to hold the succulents in place, and then they'll actually root in here.
Okay.
So this is our wine glass. We also have a
I
wine
love
bottle.
that. That's a great, yeah, you need the whole set, the wine
Yes,
bottle, the wine
I didn't bring the wine bottle, but so you just do a little layer of moss on the bottom, and then for your arrangement to look nice, like for years to come, a lot of it depends on the succulent choice. So we use primarily what I call rosettes, and it just
So it
means
looks-
they
it looks
stay
like a little rose.
compact.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's not a variety that's going to grow really tall. It'll stay like
Okay.
compact.
That's usually what I've seen of succulents, too.
Yes. So then after it's planted, let's see, this one has a lot of babies. You're asking about babies.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so these have seeds, and then they put off a ton of babies.
And so you could just break it up like that without messing up anything.
Yep.
Okay.
Because this is still rooted.
You learn something new every day.
I'm making a little bit of a mess here, but.
Oh, no. Yeah, we're good.
And then we use a chopstick.
It smells good. It smells like because we are using some real soil with the moss. Okay.
Yes.
A chopstick just makes it all fine in there.
It helps.
Yeah, it helps to kind of tuck in things in small spaces, basically.
It smells good. It looks good. I'm excited about it.
And then we do like to incorporate some sedums. Like this one is called Little Missy. I'm going to take off a little bit of the dirt.
It almost looks like four-leaf clovers.
It does. And it'll actually
Will
bloom.
it bring me good luck?
It might. I'll say yes. It'll get more pink with a little bit more sun. And I just like it because it just adds a little bit of texture to it. So
We love texture.
yes. So you put everything in here. The dirt should be level with the edge of the frame. And then I'm going to take more of this preserved moss, and then I'm going to go around and tuck it in and basically take up any excess space with that moss. And so I just tuck that right down in place.
You compact it like that.
Yes.
It's actually pretty easy.
It is. I mean, especially with the smaller arrangements. The bigger things like the letters, and we have a large heart, that, takes a lot of tucking. So, but the smaller ones.
And it's
are
okay that they
easy.
are compact. Like, they're not messing each other's growth. 'Cause a lot of times you can't put things together really tight. That's like a regular
these guys
thing.
are pretty happy. Being in a compact environment. It doesn't.
They don't need space. They don't need space for
No,
their roots to grow.
and
They'll go if you
actually-
give it to them, though.
Yeah, so that's why people will ask all the time, well, what happens when it overgrows the container? And these will get a little bit bigger than what they are now, but not a lot bigger, because they're basically root bound. So then you don't have to change them out and
Are all of them
transplant
like that for the most part? Or all succulents root bound like that, where it's
Well, when they're planted in this small space.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a fish in a fishbowl. So if they have more room
They'll use
to
it.
grow,
Okay.
they will get
Got
bigger.
it. Okay.
And then it also depends on the variety.
So how do we know what is a more expensive or exotic succulent than others?
It changes all the time, to
Really?
be honest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like this baby looks kind of like exotic. I mean, 'cause you only brought one it's almost like cactus-like. So what's this one?
That is a Haworthia.
And it has a half fancy name too.
Yes, and that one does well in a lower light situation. So if somebody wants one inside, that's the one I recommend for them.
Good. So there is. You
There
can tell
are
us.
a few,
Okay.
yeah. But then there's the wine
Oh my
glass,
goodness.
and see, they're in there. They're solid.
So okay. So if we want to put this on the wall,
There's a little hook
there's a little hook, but we need to put it by a window.
by a window. Yeah, where it's getting bright natural sunlight. There you
By
go.
the window. This is so pretty. And then eventually this will die, and then we cut them.
Yeah, and then we'll just snip it back at the base, and then next
And
year
these buds
it'll
might
bloom
not come
again.
out at all this year, huh?
Yeah, they will.
They're
Because they're already
almost-
like that. They will. They're on
yes,
the cusp.
They're
They're on
almost
the
ready
way.
to open. So yeah, they're really
Oh
pretty.
my goodness, this is so beautiful. I love this.
So that's what we do all day.
And that's why it's fun. I love that all these have. So how long does it take you to make stuff like this with the wood?
20 minutes.
And then they're built with redwood that's been repurposed, and so we're reusing old wood.
We're a very green company.
Yes. And then the backs of them are made with new cedar, just for durability, and they're made with drainage, so then any excess water drains out, and then we put a little hook on the back. So you can either hang them, or a lot of them, like this one, can be freestanding too.
Okay, so if I wanted to water this by just spraying it while it's like this, can I do that, or I have to lay it down?
You can do that, but
Not for best.
it's not going to hydrate. Like it won't go down to the roots where the plant can pull it up into their leaves if just spritz it.
getting a little- okay.
Yeah. Just where we live, it's so hot, you really have to water them thoroughly.
You got to get the roots wet there.
Yeah,
See, the
if
roots
you-
are all down in there.
If you lived on the coast, Pismo, there's moisture in the air.
So you never really have to water
and
those
people
babies.
don't water hardly at all because they
Right.
get enough just from the air, but we're pretty hot and dry.
Right. Do you guys offer any warranties at all for anything?
We don't. We do on the frames.
Okay.
If you have a issue with the frame,
But then it's all your fault.
then he'll fix it, or we'll replace it.
No, this is so
But
good
the
quality. I bet you
plants-
never have issues because the quality is so. I feel like this is really durable.
We work really hard to put out a high quality product, so that's definitely our goal.
We don't get returns.
Yeah, I mean, with the wood, I went there. I would feel like with this, but that's usually our fault if we mess up the plant.
The plant, I feel like we take really good care of it, and then when it goes home to you, that
I know,
responsibility transfers to you.
Exactly.
So then it's
It's
on
like
you.
you're letting your babies go, and then you don't know
Yes.
what we're going to do to it.
We got lots of
We
babies
try,
up for adoption.
though. We have our succulent care instructions, and then this is our little moisture indicator stick. So you can check if it needs to be watered. You just tuck the stick into the dirt. If it comes out damp, then don't water. If it comes out dry, it's okay to water.
And wouldn't it come out dry most of the time? Because we're only
Well, but we were watering thoroughly. So we're watering all the way down to the roots. So if it's wet, you would not water because it's.
So how much water are there? You said we could spritz it. So
I don't spritz it. I go over it with the sprinkle setting on the hose where it's wet.
Oh, so we do need to have it like that.
Yes. And the vertical ones, I lay them flat. And
you said you usually do these once a month.
the
In the
wintertime.
winter, once a month. Right now, it'd be like once a week.
Oh my God, I'm gonna kill
Yeah.
this.
No, you have care instructions. You'll be good. I believe in you.
What if we
Sparkle.
go on a 2-week trip or something?
Water it before you leave, and you'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll probably be fine.
It'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
And so you guys are 9 to 5 on Tuesday through Sunday?
Wednesday through Sunday.
Wednesday through Sunday,
Yeah, we're
that's right.
closed Monday, Tuesday. But
Closed
yes,
Monday,
9 to
Tuesday.
5.
And you guys are out in the country. This is so cool. No, I love where you guys are. I bet you
Thank
get
you.
a lot of traffic there, huh? It's just you
do.
guys right there.
Yeah, we have a big sign at the end of our driveway. We have signs on Herndon. And we have people stopping in all the time.
Because I don't know
actually.
anybody that really has this here in the valley. I just know people that do
Right now, I think we're
little-
the one-stop
one-stop shop.
a very unique original shop.
Because you're not just like at farmers markets like some other. Do you ever go to farmers markets?
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
still?
Yes.
I would think you wouldn't really need to do that.
You know, there's still so many people that still do not know we exist. And even though
There's still people that don't know what a succulent is.
yeah. So I haven't started the farmers market in Clovis yet. We should be starting this week. So we'll be out in Clovis, Old Town
Did
Clovis.
you ever do the Fresno one or no?
We have. It was okay. It was okay. The Clovis farmers market, though, was pretty good. So, and I just look at it like marketing. And so we just, share with everybody, come out to the boutique, and, just try and encourage people to come out and visit or book a party, book an event. So.
Well, I do like that this is like a gift that is like, because people are always like, oh, give someone a plant instead of.
This is a great gift for all the
Flower.
guys out there.
Right. So, because this can be manly.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I like this better than a plant because this is like, you could take care of it easily. And a lot of plants aren't that pretty.
Right.
These are pretty.
These are pretty, and they bloom, and they last. I mean, even if you don't do anything to it, and you never water it, and, are a terrible plant mom, it's still going to last weeks longer than flowers. So,
Yes.
it's a win-win.
And then you guys said you do weddings, but a lot of where they could take it to go, like as a gift, as a swag they give their
Yeah.
guests. Have you decorated actual weddings like them?
Yes. So what's really popular for the weddings are the letters. And so a lot of people will do like a
Right.
large letter for their last name or
Yeah, that's what I
the
was
first
thinking.
initials. We also have hearts that are really pretty. So they'll do maybe like, an S with a heart in the middle and a K, like for their first initials.
And they'll put this like in the middle of the table.
Yes. And we've done one. They did
With
a
stands on them so that they can stand up.
yeah.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Shane can do that.
And they do that instead of like flowers
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
the tables.
Yeah, or they'll do it with flowers. Succulents are really popular for weddings, though. We did one for a couple. We did the word love for their gift table, planted in the 10-inch letters. And
Wow.
then they had one of the large letters on their cake table. And then I feel like they had their initials on the bride and groom.
What about the
table.
boutonniere? Did you do succulent
done those,
boutonnieres?
yes.
We
No
do.
way.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
We do.
And that's another thing that you could like save forever.
Yes.
We've also done a lot of really nice custom crosses for funerals.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet.
The last one I did, I took the lady's picture and I put it in the center of the cross, and then they put flowers all around it in the shape of a cross.
Yeah.
And they stood it up. It was beautiful.
Well, we do these in live, and then we also do them in faux. And so the faux are synthetic.
Okay.
So that's a really nice option if you want to put it in a spot that doesn't get sun, or you want to put it
Okay,
inside
so we
your
do have
house.
options.
There's
Okay. Yes.
options. Yes, I just didn't bring one, but
No, that's fine. That's good to know.
we
the
could
one
build
that
you
he
a
did-
beautiful one just like that for your TV.
That would be awesome. I love it.
Yeah.
You guys are so awesome.
We'll do a faux S for Sparkle.
there we go.
I love that. You guys don't twist
fairy
around. I
dust.
love that so much. Thank you guys so much for coming and actually building it. And we finally got our hands dirty on the show. It
Yes,
took
I
some-
made a little mess. Sorry.
No, that's great. I love it. I think it's the first time this year we got our hands dirty. So thank you guys so much for coming out.
You're welcome.
Everyone's got to go. And what's the website? I know the social media.
SucculentVerticalGardens.com.
Succulent Vertical Gardens. Okay, everybody, follow them.
Felt right in the moment, felt right in the summertime. It felt right drinking cherry wine with you. I just wanted to own it, just wanted to take the time, learn all the things that I could about you. Now it's such a mess here, oh, we are just stressed here. Used to be so easy with you. Now I must confess here, lies, dear. Don't think I'm in love with you. Winter is coming and I don't know what to do. And there's no more use in running, no more running to you. And I don't want your loving